Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and this is my design team project for LineDotArrow using the kit Favorite Things. Now, when we left off, we had done the cover, the book itself. Now, I redid the inside because I was having trouble, and it's still doing it a little bit. You see where this part goes in, where the pocket is? I'm not sure there's any way to fix that, but what I did was, before I folded it in half this time, I glued these three sides, but I didn't glue the center because we're gonna sew it, so that will keep anything from here going there. Plus our tags are gonna stick out the top, so they won't be able to slide. So I did that, and then I finished stamping, and then I decided not to ink the folder or the book. We're just going to lightly ink the pages, okay? And we're going to use vintage photo. I gave in. I sold out. So here's the stuff for the cover. The front cover and the back cover is the other half of the page. And here's my ribbon I found, which is cream colored. And if we have time, we'll get to that. And there's going to be cards and stuff that need to go in what we're making, but we may not have time to do that. We'll have the pockets there, and then you'll know where to put tags. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make a trifold. All right, so this is the paper for the page. We don't need that right now. This is the card. Don't need that. That's that, and this, well, that's not going to work. Is that 8 inches? 7.5. So, okay, that'll work. All right, so we want to make our trifold, and we're going to have it built in. So we may not need this, but this is printed on both sides. Pretend like one side isn't upside down, one side right side up. Doesn't matter with the flowers, it does with the music notes, but the part where the music is upside down is going to be on the part that's being glued to the paper. So we need the paper to be 10.5 inches long. So we're just cutting off a smidge. Then you're going to fold it into thirds. Well, yeah, you're going to fold it in thirds. So each section is going to be 3.5 inches wide. So we'll score at 3.5, and then we'll score again at 7. And then the rest of it will be making it to 10.5. Okay, so we want to score it at 3.5. Then we want to score it at 7. So that means we want to fold or score this way at 3.5. I don't know why I opened that up. Okay. And that should get us a trifold. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take the sides of the trifold and we're going to cut them down at an angle. So I'm going to make mine a little bit taller, and I'm going to go from here to here with my angle cut. So I'm going to put this dot on the line where it's going to be cut, and then I'm going to swing it around until I get this dot on the line. And cut that off. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Only we have to measure now. Which we don't really. If you put those little dots on, it makes it easier to see when you're lining it up, instead of just using that fold as a guide. Looks about the same. Oh my goodness, they are the same. How did that happen? Okay, now you're going to take the bottom 2 inches. Did I side on 2? Yeah. So we're going to score this at 2. Let me double check my prototype. They almost look like the pockets almost look like they were glued on. Oh, I know what I did. Okay. I'm going to make it to where I can see where the lines are. Okay, now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut a very thin triangular piece. From here, right outside the score line, up to the fold line. Otherwise, there's going to be too much material in here to fold. You're going to want to do the same thing on this one. I don't know how straight that one is. Okay, so now we have this with the 2 notches cut out. And now you're going to fold these up at the 2-inch mark. There's our upside down music. Okay, now we're going to glue these as pockets. And we're going to put some glue here and some glue here to make a pocket. And the edges of these two pockets do not touch. Okay, then we'll realize that we forgot to ink. We're just lightly inking, just enough to cover up the white, not really going to make an edge onto the paper itself. I lightly inked the edge of the page as well. Well, this needs to be inked on this side. Can't believe I almost forgot to do that. Caught myself in time though. Glue wasn't quite dry, just re-glue it. No big deal. Forgot I was holding it close so I could see what I was doing while I was inking it. How much glue is there? Because I'm thinking if we fold them up this way, then the music will be right side up. Actually, it's not. It's still upside down, but it looks right side up, doesn't it? So then it isn't really going to matter now, is it? So let's just re-glue where we had glue. I started talking and forgot about inking. Okay, so we're going to have to ink on this side of these two triangle parts because they are going to be closed. So you want to fold these up like they're glued. So fold them up and then ink along here lightly. Yeah, it should be enough. All right, so ink's there. Ink this side over here. And re-glue where we had, oops, where we had the glue before. Now for this, now for my last trick. And then we're going to glue this to the paper. Only I wanted to put a magnet on here. Okay, this will be to hold the trifold shut. Okay, so we'll flip this up, and then we'll flip this over, and that way we got the big rose on the front, and then we'll glue that magnet on, or tape that magnet on. And it won't matter because we're gluing this to the back, even though we're going to take one of those teeny pockets and put it there maybe. We're going to take the page and we're going to glue it to the page about here, and we're going to glue it as a belly band. Okay, so we've got our trifold like so, with the pockets and little tags and ephemera in it. Then we're going to glue this as a belly band. Trying to look and see if it looks straight. Yep. Looks straight to me. Now we're going to take our piece of coffee dyed paper that's been sprayed with the sparkly stuff, and we are going to make it fit in here. So we need it to be about this wide. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? There's a leftover pencil mark. Just wanted to make sure. Okay. So then we're going to cut this off. Oh, apparently we're going to score it. Okay. People are messaging me. Okay. So we're going to put this in here like this. I'm going to slide this in there like this. Okay. Then we are going to put this in the book, but we're going to glue it as a pocket. So let's get our book and the paper we're going to use to make our card out of. My paper clips flying everywhere. Put my magnets away. Okay, so now we're going to put it in here. We're going to glue it as a pocket. Let's make sure everything fits. Okay. You can see that stamping. I like it. Okay, you don't want to glue the side where your hand is. You want to glue the other 3 sides to make a pocket. Okay. Okay, now we want to make a writing card out of this. Wow. I'm wondering about cutting it to where the where we take a little bit off the stems and maybe a smidge off the top. So I'd like to keep the writing if I could. Guess it doesn't matter, there's upside down writing down there. Excuse me if you heard that. I just took a big swig of pop and the inevitable happens. At least I'm not wearing my lapel mic. Why does that not look straight? And then remember, we're going to have the ribbons, so we don't want the tab for this to stick out in the middle. We want it to be at the top. I wonder if it would fit this way. That would make it too small because we'd have to trim some off. If I'd have thought about that to begin with, that would have been good. Let's see. Let's take a piece of this. The tabs, there are tabs that come with the kit. Well, let me check them out. Because since there's not going to be a hole in a eyelet, now that I'm just going to stick it on with a bulb bulb pin. Not sure. Not sure I like the colors together. Obviously it matches the kit, but I'd rather have this color here. Put the scrap where the scissors go and the scissors where the scrap goes. Alright, let's switch to a new video. Okay, so let's take this, we'll fold it in half. And then we'll glue it to the paper. Into each other. Now, on the back of the writing card, I'm pushing that out with my fingers. On the back of the writing card, and we're going to do this on all of them, I do a very light coating. Maybe we should keep that other one out, or we could just be very careful. Just very lightly, wondering if that's my new design team calling me. That would be kind of bad, wouldn't it? She never answers when we call. A couple places just make it darker. There we go. Oops, I didn't get any down there. But anyway, that way it's not just completely blank. Let's see if I can line this back up. I think it's because my thumb was there. There we go. And then we'll put our charm on here. I selected just this. It's just a triangle. See if I can get it on there. Going through 2 layers of paper. I'm not sure that's going to stick. See, if we do an eyelet, darn it. Looks like we are going to have to do an eyelet. I want it big enough to stick out. Okay, we're getting ready to run out of time on this video without getting to the cover. So I'm going to do the eyelet off camera, and then the next one we do, I'll do on camera with you. There's an eyelet. And I'm not sure if I have the right eyelet or not. So for now, we're going to slide this in here with the tab so you can pull it out. Why is that still sticking out that far? Okay. So now I've already inked for the covers, and all we need to do is add the ribbon. Don't glue it all the way out to the edge. You don't want to see the glue. This is so thin, it won't take but just a second for it to stick. I don't want the tie to be about that long. Forgot what I was looking for. I stuck my arm out and then had a brain freeze. There we go. You're probably thinking, but Terry, it's in a loop. Of course it had glue on my finger. We're just going to pull it out even and cut it off. Okay. So now we'll take the cover. I'm going to glue it right on the book. We may do more to the cover after. Okay, tabs at the top. So this is right side up. And see, that looks better than just the cream. You can see the speckles from the inking. Let me hold that for just a second. See, you can see the little marks from where we inked it all along here, instead of it just being a plain cream or the book itself being inked. You can ink it too at the same time you do that, but this particular one I decided not to. We're going to do the same thing on the back. We're going to glue it on. I have to ink that card's edges. I realized after I did all that cutting down, I didn't ink it. Make sure it's right side up. There's writing on there. Make sure that's right side up. I've done it before, people. I just got lucky that it was the type of pattern that it was okay to do it upside down. Okay, so that's that. There's our cover, which I really like. I really like this image with the doily and the birds. And I'm thinking about glossy accent on the birds, but I'm not sure if that would be too much. If just, I don't know. I think it would really bring them out though. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking, and I'm not sure which way to go on that issue. Let me ink this up real quick so I don't forget. We'll have to do this on both sides. Then our card will be done. And then all we have to do is put some cards in the inside pockets. And let's see what we've got from the ephemera to see if we've got ephemera that will work. Yeah, I should have made it taller. And for some reason, there we go. There's a spot. There must be some glue in the wrong spot in there or something. Let's take a look at the tags. Well, how did that happen? Anyway, one of the chains got hooked over the... Okay, so this is going to go here. Open this and open this. And we've got 3 pockets to fill. We'd have to ink them and everything. Oh look, I've got these 2 that would go on the sides. I think this is too tall. No, it isn't. This one must be taller than this one. Yeah, it is. And I don't want to use that over there. I think this would be big enough to put our little... Nope. Nope, don't like it there. Ah, what about these? There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. This one appears to be a little bit longer, so we can either put it in the center or we can trim it. I would rather just put it in the center. And of course these will need to be inked, and then you can never cut the whole size of a circle. I don't know why, it just never happens. And it just doesn't work. If you wanted to, you could put a tag in the middle that was long enough that it stuck out. In fact, we might do that. I'll take a look at it anyway after the video and see, because I'm not really sure I want it to look like a tamale. And we're going to put some ephemera, you know, some words or something down here. And maybe even something across the bottom, who knows. So I'll take a look at that, and then I will see you in the next video. Remember, we did our covers and page 1. In the next video, which will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.